From Sydney, Australia, this is episode 2 of Chronic, a podcast about IBD. Well, kind of. Brought to you by Gali Health and written and spoken by me, Luke Escombe. When I tell people I have IBD, they often say, "That's to do with diet, isn't it?" And I say, "Yeah, nah, maybe, I don't know." No one knows, really. But I suppose diet must have had something to do with it, right? Lately I've been reflecting on the food I used to eat and the food culture of the home, school, town and country I grew up in. It's a place I call pre-Jamie Oliver Britain. Let me tell you about it. At school we ate spam, instant mash and some horrible, disgusting things called vegetables. The vegetables we ate were boiled carrots, boiled cabbage, boiled potatoes, boiled spinach, boiled peas, boiled sprouts, boiled lettuce. Basically, if it involved putting it in scalding water until it was a dead, grey, flavourless mush, we were all over it. The other thing we knew how to do with food in pre-Jamie Oliver Britain was fry it. We ate fried eggs, fried bacon, fried bread, fried fish, in bread covered in either baked beans, which were fried, or Heinz tomato ketchup, or both, with a slice of orange on the side. Or as a really special treat, like once a week for a kid's birthday party, there was McDonald's, where you could buy my favourite food in the whole entire world, the Chicken McNugget, washed down with my old-time favourite tipple, half a litre of chocolate milkshake, squelched out of a robot nipple. In pre-Jamie Oliver Britain, where I grew up. One thing I definitely didn't drink as a child in pre-Jamie Oliver Britain was breast milk, which was considered a throwback. For new mums in the 70s and 80s, it was all about formula. That was the good stuff. Why give your baby something made miraculously out of your own body and perfectly tailored to their nutritional needs and digestive health, when you could just give them something cooked up in a lab somewhere, filled with God knows what, and sold on a supermarket shelf? Back in PJOB, water was just something that came out of the tap in the kitchen, wasn't it? It wasn't a drink in its own right, it was just something you added to drinks, like cordial and Ribena, and only a really little bit right at the end. If you did want to drink something that was healthy, then what you did, you see, is you switched from regular Coke to Diet Coke. And the great thing about that was, it was diet. So you could drink as much as you wanted and still lose weight. It was a beautiful time to be alive. In pre-Jamie Oliver Britain, where I grew up. Never in my life did I see my dad eat anything healthy. He detested lettuce and all green vegetables, not just on grounds of taste, but on some kind of moral principle. Dad's staple diet was Builder's tea with milk and 4 sugars, Benson and Hedges cigarettes, and Carlsberg Special Brew, a type of beer that came in tall cans from Denmark and was favoured by people who slept out on park benches. It was 9% alcohol. My mum was the exact opposite. She was like the Energizer Bunny. While Dad lived a sedentary existence between the office, the car and the sofa, Mum was out there in her knee pads, rollerblading up Wimbledon Hill. She gave twice-weekly exercise classes in our front room for other mums in the neighbourhood, teaching the Jane Fonda workout. Anytime the sun shone, she'd be out there in the garden, topless, soaking up the vitamin D. The weird thing about my mum was, she ate different food than she cooked for the rest of the family. Food like salad and avocado. I remember, she tried to get me to eat avocado once and I said, yuck, no way, Mum, gross. It's hard for me to believe now that rancid green slime I ran in horror from as a child is the exact same food I'll now happily pay $18 for to eat smashed onto a piece of toast. I think we can all agree, ladies and gentlemen, that avocado has done very, very well for itself. Thank you very much. In pre-Jamie Oliver Britain, where I grew up. Oh, one other thing about pre-Jamie Oliver Britain. You could buy an incredible amount of sugar for less than 10 pence. Kids would be praying for their teeth to fall out so they could get that sweet tooth fairy cash to spend at the local corner shop on things like lemon sherbets, cola cubes, refreshers, blackjacks, fruit salads, wambars, hubba bubba. The amount of concentrated sugar and food acid you could purchase for a handful of copper coins was legendary. Hey, and if you did happen to get sick, no worries at all, the medicine was fucking delicious. Antibiotics on tap and sweet, syrupy, fruit-flavoured cough medicine every single night of the week. That was the promise for each and every child growing up in this brave new world. In pre-Jamie Oliver Britain, where I grew up. That was episode 2 of Chronic, written and performed by me, Luke Escombe. Thanks to Gali Health for giving me the freedom to mix things up and make each episode its own thing, and to Michael McGlynn for helping me with production. Episode 3 is going to be a much longer episode. It's about diagnosis. Everyone's got a story about their diagnosis. In episode 3, you'll hear mine. I hope you'll tune in. My name's Luke Escombe, and my condition is chronic.